Hello, everybody. It's Chloe Thistle and Verse here. And if you didn't see this live schedule, that's because it wasn't scheduled. This was very impromptu. But I have posted in a few places that I was nominated for an Ignyte Award for Best Critic. The Ignyte Awards are really a big deal. They're they were started in 2020 by Fi Literary Magazine to honor writers of science fiction, fantasy, horror, um, and specifically people and like efforts towards inclusion within those genres. And so they've had a Critics Award for a few years now, and it's just a big deal to me personally that I was nominated because I really love the magazine that put them out. Fi Literary Magazine. I've attended FireCon, the convention. It was wonderful, and so it was a really big deal to me to be nominated this year. And um, am I overdressed for a web event? Yes, but also I feel like with the pandemic, I've been like, why not have fun when you can have fun? And today, having fun for me looked like putting on all my accessories I never get a chance to wear. I tried to do a new head wrap style. I spent 2 hours trying to do it. Did it till my arms hurt. Didn't work. So I just went tried and true. But hi Kay, hi Kiki. Thank you so much for the compliments. Um, and so I kind of the Ignyte Awards just wrapped up, and I did not win. The competition was tight in every category. I was not expecting to win, but I was like, I look nice, I have a speech, and why not shout out an award and a magazine and organizing team I think is doing really important work. Um, so I wanted to, shout them out, and I'm going to read the little speech that I wrote, and then maybe talk a little bit more about the Ignyte Awards, chat to people in the comments, and then call it a night. Um, and I'm gonna have to put my glasses on to read this because I don't have contacts. The glare is just killing me. So, if I had won, my acceptance speech would have been as follows. I can't overstate the value I personally place on science fiction, fantasy, and horror. When my state announced a temporary shutdown when COVID first hit, I ran to the library and grabbed 10 books because I didn't know when the next time I'd be able to safely access, this literature. This fiction has entertained me, affirmed me, allowed me to connect with others, and challenged me to be more purposeful about how I move through the world. It's been an honor to read it and recommend it to others so they can share these experiences. I'd like to thank the Ignyte Award organizing committee for putting together this event and honoring me with a nomination. I'd like to thank Jerry of Onyx Pages, whose suggestions put me on the path to be a booktuber like 3 years ago, and who's been an invaluable mentor ever since. I'd like to thank LP Kindred, who gave me the push to start interviewing short story authors, which is currently one of my favorite things to do on my channel, and I think has grown my channel in a very fulfilling and wonderful way. And just in general, shout out to Black short story authors and poets whose innovative, emotive work has gotten me through many a reading slump. Thank you to the broader bookish community has nurtured me and pushed me to grow, and I'm so honored to be here tonight. And I also have to thank my friends who helped me edit this speech. uh, that was a time trying to write that speech. Yeah. Truly, I did not win the awards, but truly, I think I'm the real winner of the night because I got to dress up, and I'm gonna get a nice trophy in the mail, and I didn't have to do any public speech. So I feel like I'm the real winner of the evening, truthfully. Sorry, I'm just going through these comments now. Were you not nominated before this? I was not. I've been on a few panels at FireCon, which was very amazing. But no, I have not been nominated for an award before. I was like shocked. Oh, wardrobe malfunction. Price of beauty. Fashion and clothes are to be worn. Yes, Kay. I was gonna also talk about the people who were nominated tonight, which I closed that tab. So I mentioned already that Alex Brown was the winner. Alex is a writer at believe Locus and Tor. They write pro reviews. Very talented. I've had them on my channel for one discussion panel about genre and African diasporic authors. Oh, oof, this might have been like a year or two ago now. But yeah, very insightful, very skilled writer, very talented, very well deserved. There's also Kiki, who's in the comments. Shout out to you for being nominated. Kiki is also brilliant writer. I really I don't know how people who write reviews do it. Those reviews sound so slick and so good, but Kiki, another one. Um, really good at like curating lists on Instagram and just like introducing new books to people. Very talented writer. Arlie Sorg was also nominated, who does a great interview series I really like, At the Bar. The premise is that like, you know, you're at a bar and like what do you do? What drink do you get? Stuff like that. Really fun. Um, and Rich in Color, who is a group of people who run a blog, I believe. Which I'm gonna pull up because they're the reviewers I'm least familiar with, unfortunately. Um, but their focus is on reading and reviewing diverse YA. So in general, the Ignyte Award categories are like always stacked, and like it is. It was just wild to me that I was even like included with, you know, some of the people the Critics Award. Like, you know, there's pros here, like people who do this for a living have been doing it for years, and I was also nominated, so I was very touched by that. Um, Kiki says, can't believe Alex didn't know they would win, but of course I get it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like everyone's speeches started with, wow, I didn't think I was gonna win. And Alex, I believe, actually won the first Ignyte Award for critics. So with the Ignyte Awards, you can the year after you win, you can't be nominated again, but then the next year you're up. So like it's funny because there's people who kind of like sweep it. Like I think last year I feel like Tochi and Ibuchi kind of like swept a bunch of awards, and then this year PJ Clark swept a few awards. But yeah, I was like, Alex. The quality, the material, it's there. Um, Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Alicia. Thanks, Sarah. You said my underarms are sweating. No, I was so stressed out. Like I started getting ready at like 3:30, which probably was not enough time realistically. But there's a point where I was just like, I can't move, I can't do anything. I have this thing at 5:30 and thoughts are not happening. Honestly, the days leading up to the thing where people would be tweeting about the Ignyte Awards, I'm like, should I be like tagging like people in the replies, like tagging Violet Mag or Ignyte Awards or something? Like, am I really like this is actually happening to me? Like, this is wild. Um, so okay, says good speech. Love your interviews. Won't know any of the authors without introduction. Thank you so much, Kay. Thanks, Alicia. Thanks everyone for saying nice things about this speech. But yeah, just like so much disbelief leading up to tonight, then so much shock and stress in the few hours before it. But yeah, it was a great event. The replay is going to be available on YouTube. I know I shared the link to the event in my like community section on my channel, but I will include it in the description box of this video as well once I stop the live for people who want to go back and watch, because wonderful people were nominated for awards and it's a great chance to find some new authors to read. And is there anything else I wanted to say? No, it's just always so like surreal to me because you know, like by YouTube standards, I'm not a very big channel. Like 1,000 subscribers, I know what my watch hours look like, I know what my following looks like. I'm very happy with, I think, the engagement I get, but I'm aware that, you know, bigger scale, bigger picture, I guess, I'm not that large, not that influential. And I guess I might be younger. I'm not the youngest because I know that there are people who are like 19 who get nominated for these things. Or at least who are at FIACon. You know, there are authors at FIACon who are like 19, early 20s younger than me, but like I think I am kind of on the younger end of some of the people who or the professionals especially who've been working for years. And so it's just like so surreal to have my work acknowledged on this platform. And so I'm very grateful. And yes, thank you all to the viewers and commenters as well, because I feel like I say this during every booktube birthday where they ask what keeps you going, and it's for me it's really knowing that what I do is meaningful. If there are people who watch it and find it valuable or useful or helps them reflect or something. So, thank you all to you all as well. And yep, I'm gonna go head off now. Thanks for tuning in because I wasn't expecting anyone to show up here because this is so last minute. But thank you so much for all the compliments and the kind words and for supporting the channel the way you have. And yeah, good night and take care. Goodbye, everybody.